What's up, friends? The live stream of the Eric Zane Show podcast, part 2, is brought to you by A&E Heating and Cooling. I didn't do this to start the first part of the show. I was only doing the show for 10 minutes. There's no point in that. Imagine if I did that. Yeah, here's a bunch of ads. And, oh, by the way, I'm only here to tell you that I can't do the show. Smell you later. A&E Heating and Cooling, installing the Remy Halo, making the air in your home clean. How? Well, I've gone into detail about that, but basically the microbes and the particles and the viruses and the pathogens and the pet dander and all the terrible things that you can't see that's floating around in your home passes by this set of electromagnetic lights, which then eliminates those very, very small things that want to go inside of your lungs and turns them into harmless, I swear to God, hydrogen peroxide plasma. And then each little one of those molecules, they bind together to make bigger molecules. It goes through your home and through the cold air return, hits that frickin' filter in your furnace, your blower, and then that's it. Trapped there, your air is cleaner. That's how it works. Joe Martinez installs it for Zane Show podcast listeners for $650. Now, the big wigs and the rich fat cat bastards who do heating and cooling in and around West Michigan, they charge $1,000 for this. The average Joe will charge you $750. But if you're a Zane Show podcast listener and you mention me, you get it for $650. A&E Heating and Cooling, 616-516-8579. Reach out to Joe if you also need an after-hours service call. And that would be a rough thing to have happen. Be without your heat now. Yikes. Blue Frost IT. I was on a live edition of Tech Tip Tuesday with that party animal, Alan from Blue Frost IT yesterday. Had a nice conversation with him. And what we talk about, in addition to basic tech things, is how important his business is to the Grand Rapids, West Michigan business community. You may be in need for some help with your IT. They are a full-spectrum IT consulting and support company. They do everything. Network admin, new office setups and moves, office rewires, network drops, network wall jacks. And then for, if you're in your home and your laptop or your desktop is a disaster, for you, he can take care of that too. The fix that he has to do quite a bit is getting rid of the old spinning disk hard drive and replacing it with a solid state hard drive. No moving parts. He can do that. He can replace that old clunky thing inside of your computer that spins around and is slow as balls and make your computer have a second life, a resurrection, if you will, without having to go buy a brand new computer. Reach out to Blue Frost IT, 616-516. I was combining sponsors there. Or drop them a line, info@bluefrostit.com. It is the 17th of February, 2021. What is this? Holy cow.
Why y'all get me fucked up?
You forgot to say on a Zaniac Zoom.
Zaniac Zoom.
There it is.
There it is. Palorito, say that shit. Zaniac Zoom.
Palorito, you heard him.
The Eric Zane Show podcast begins now.
Yes, hello. Sean Gotti here, coming to you from Raleigh, North Carolina. And there's not a single radio show around here that's worth a damn. So I'm listening to the Eric Zane Show podcast, coming to you live Monday through Friday. So sit back, get your trays in the upright position, feet and elbows out of the aisle, because here he comes, Eric Zane.
Thank you, Sean, from Raleigh, North Carolina. Welcome into the Eric Zane Show podcast. This is the daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures. Just like Sean said, Monday through Friday. Thank you for being here. And we're back. Today's a weird day because I started the show and did about 10, 15 minutes and then had to cut it off because I had to be somewhere. More on that in a second. And then here I am, the rest of the show. No big deal. We'll get it done. This isn't the first time I've had to do it this way. I had to do it this way now recently when I had a dentist appointment, which may happen again in the very near future. But I completely digress already. First of all, if you're enjoying the show, thank you very much for being part of it. Several ways you can get it. Live on Facebook, brought to you by Irvine's Auto Repair Grand Rapids Hybrid, facebook.com/Eric Zane fan page. Please like it, a thumbs up or mad face or middle finger, whatever it is, and share it. Please share it so that people see what's up. And if someone new catches it, they might be like, hey, I like this. This is something I can get behind. Thank you. I'm also on Twitter, a Periscope video brought to you by the aforementioned Blue Frost IT. If you would, hit the retweet where you can retweet it and then make a snarky comment and do just that. This fat idiot is doing a podcast. Hear how terrible it is. Let's see. I want to hear how mean they can be. Okay? On the retweet with a quote. Right now, the clubhouse leader is Sarah Rutch, sometimes known as Sunflower. She is as sassy and bold as they come. And she's getting more and more hateful in these ridiculous things that she's saying about your old pal, Eric Zane, whom everybody loves. Everybody. Everybody loves me. I don't have an enemy in the world, as far as you know. The show is also available live on YouTube. Just subscribe to the channel. Just search Eric Zane Show. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell notification so you know when I go live or I publish something available. And hit the like button. Thank you. Little thumbs up. All these little things help Eric somehow. Just little teeny tiny victories. And of course, if you want just the audio, everything I'm saying right now will be put up on the audio platforms, all the podcasting platforms that exist in the world. Snitcher, Twitcher, Twatter, all of them. Apple Podcast, Spotify, it's all there. And if you miss any of this, get it at my website, ericzaneshow.com. Just root around, you'll figure it out, or even send me an email. Hey, how do I listen? If you're that type, are you that type of person? It's like, hey, yeah, I know the answers are all at my fingertips. We live in the information age. If I just put in 1% of effort, I can figure this all out on myself. But I'll just send Eric an email so he can spoon feed it to me. That's the Shoreliners Striping Inbox. Those guys stripe parking lots, and they sponsor my email, eric@ericzaneshow.com. Which I need you to reach out to me because we're a little lean on questions for Dear Meathead. And that's going to start momentarily. So if you can think about it, something going on in your world that you want to fire off to Dad, Eric@ericzaneshow.com for Dear Meathead. All right? Kenny says, where's Daisy? Bruce and O'Neill are still leaving room for the doggy queen. LOL. The doggy queen? Wasn't that your ex-wife? Sorry. Well, you probably laugh at that, actually. Yeah, man, get her. Get that bitch. She broke my heart, man. Oh my God. Ow, my back. Ow, my leg. Ow, man, my back. Yeah, Daisy, she didn't want to move. And she said, that's it. I'm not moving. I'm understanding that Bruce is, I'm just taking a look at him because I rarely do actually focus on the dogs when they're in here. But he loves being on top of O'Neill. There's always this hilarious pile of dogs. And that seems to be the thing, especially since it's friggin' butt cold out. It's up to 17 though, where I live. And when I left the house today to go do what I wanted to do, which I'll tell you about in a second, it was -2. It had warmed up to -2. But I woke up today and it was -9. -9 degrees. My gosh. Wow. It's been a while since that was the type of cold that it's just so cold You want to, you just want to go outside just to get a sense of what it's like. And it's like, what's that song by Everlast? What It's Like? Great song. And it's just, in a second, you just start, ooh, man, what a weirdo vibe that is. Holy crap. We got a lot of ground to cover on the show today. As I said, dear Meathead, I need questions for that. Okay? I hit perfection yesterday, and I swear to God, I have got to set up a camera and shoot video snippets of steps in a recipe, narrate it, and then post it. And I'm getting closer to doing that. It's all a matter of time, but I must break down yet another recipe that I must break down with you. I've done this before with some great things that I've made and talked about it, but I hit perfection yesterday with the greatest mashed potatoes ever. And who knew there were so many right ways to do this? So many ways that I had been doing it wrong. Before it was just take the potatoes, throw them in a pot, boil them, mash them, throw them on a plate. No way. There is so much more that needs to be done. My God. This all comes out of necessity. My wife, Diana, she's big on this this lazy man's way of doing it. And I'm like, this is bullshit. You go to Meijer and she goes, all right, grab some of that fried chicken, in the deli here. I go, yeah, absolutely. I'm all about it. And she goes, and then get some of those Bob Evans mashed potatoes. Now, those things, you open them up and you've got enough for maybe 3 people. And the cost of them for those servings is astronomical. And they're not even that good. Yes, they're real potatoes, but I don't know. It just doesn't feel right to pay so much for something, to get so little, and to really not taste that out of this world. So I was like, forget it. I'm not buying that. Well, why? I want that. I go, yeah, I know you do. But I'm going to make you the appropriate type of mashed potatoes. And then the leftovers, we're going to freeze just like they do these, so that the next time you want this, you can just remove those, let them thaw, heat them up, and boom. Perfect. Every time. Can't wait to share this with you. More boring shit that I know you're going to love. We've got day number 2. Day number 2 of Fantastical. I know you're amazed, especially Mike Ball and Sarah Rook-Ruck-Rutch. More celestial excitement as a dude took some amazing pictures of the moon. The freaking, who knew that the moon could be interesting? Something we see all the damn time. The moon has always amazed me. From the time that I talked about it on the radio, when I saw it being drawn into the sky, the crescent moon, like Harold and the Purple Crayon, all that. I love that shit. You must see these photographs. Thank you to Craig for sending them along. I appreciate that. I appreciate it, Craig, that you sent me something that I can actually talk about, as opposed to some of the other political bullshit that you send me. My God, what is wrong with you? And Joe Rogan. We got to talk about Joe Rogan. My God. In fact, I'll get into that right here. Joe Rogan and what he said. Oh boy. So I'll get to that. I do want emails though. I gotta bring this up again, because like I said, I'm a little bit lean. Eric at ericzaneshow.com for Dear Meathead. So I don't have the audio in front of me, but Joe Rogan, I don't think the guy can get in any trouble. It's pretty much uncancelable in my opinion. But he has he's pissed off a bunch of people, and I don't know if this is right or not. And I don't know if it's worth even fighting about. But Joe Rogan was talking on his show about an MMA fighter named Fallon Fox. His quote, "You're a fucking man." Oh. All right. Fallon Fox, according to this article, says she's been under intense scrutiny for competing in the women's division. Fallon Fox used to be a man, and then I think actually went through all the necessary, surgical and medical steps to actually become a woman. All right. So this came up on Dude's podcast. Brian Redband, the co-host, I guess, sidekick or producer, whatever, asked Rogan what he thought about, quote, that tranny. Damn it. Even just saying that makes me cringe. Shit. Fuck. This guy, they don't give a shit. All right. Which started an 8-minute rant from Rogan that delved into the commentary. Quote, she calls herself a woman, but I tend to disagree. And she used to be a man, but now she's a transgender, which is the official term that means you've gone through it, right? So he asks that. I don't know. I don't think he knows. And she wants to be able to fight women in MMA. I say no fucking way. I say if you had a dick at one point in time, you also have all the bone structure that comes with having a dick. You have bigger hands. You have bigger shoulder joints. You're a fucking man, according to Joe Rogan. That's a man, okay? You can't have that. I don't care if you don't have a dick anymore, he says. Now, I don't know anything about anything. I don't know anything about harder bone structure. I have no idea if what he said is based on actual fact. And I guess it stands to reason that bigger hands. I mean, I don't know anything about anything. And I don't even know if he has the knowledge to even be expressing that. Like, is that a thing where it gives you that much of an advantage? Who knows? He seems to think so. Okay. According to an in-depth ESPN profile piece by veteran MMA journalist Loretta Hunt, Fox made her male to female transition in 2006 during a trip to Thailand. Once Fox had gone through gender reassignment, breast augmentation, and her transplant surgeries, she returned to America 6 weeks later. Prior to her transition, Fox had served in the Navy as operations specialist second class for the USS Enterprise to support her daughter, born as the result of an unexpected pregnancy. Fox was forced to quit college work as a trucker in order to save money for gender reassignment surgery. But despite the fact that Fox has physically identified as a woman for roughly 7 years, Rogan claims she is, quote, fucked up for choosing to compete against female fighters, mostly due to the assumed physical advantages that Rogan insists comes from being born male. Then he says, look, Fox is huge. She's not just huge. She's got a fucking man's face. I mean, you can wear all the lipstick you want. This is where I think he might be getting in trouble here. Maybe you want to be a woman and you want to take female hormones. You want to get a boob job. That's all fine. I support your life to live, your right to live as a woman. Fight guys. Yes, she has to fight guys. First of all, she's not really a she. She's a transgender post-op person. I think he's in the weeds here. I don't think that I think this is just him ranting as opposed to this. This might be right, but I can't say for sure. So I can't get behind anything this guy's saying right now. Okay? I'm not going to be the guy to sit there and go, yeah, get her. When I don't have any fucking idea. And I don't think he does either. He says she's a transgender post-op person. The operation doesn't shave down your bone density. It doesn't change. You look at a man's hands, he's going back to that, and you look at a woman's hands, and they're built different. They're just thicker, they're stronger. Your wrists are thicker, your elbows are thicker, your joints are thicker. Just the mechanical function of punching. A man can do it much harder than a woman can, period. Okay? Well, I mean, whether or not that's right, I don't know. Is he considering the fact that this person, Fallon Fox, is now taking hormones to change the chemical makeup of her body, which may have something to do with all of those factors that he's describing right there? I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there and playing devil's advocate. I think this is fucked up, frankly, for him to say this. Fallon Fox currently competes in the women's featherweight division, where she won an amateur bout and 2 professional MMA bouts. All 3 matches ended up stoppages by the first down, with Fallon finishing the opponents by knockout, TKO, and submission. Why does he fucking care so much? I guess that's my question. I think, to me, for him to be so wound up over this is really, I mean, who gives a shit? You know, you realize that if Fallon Fox wants to fight somebody, the person knows that Fallon Fox was a man, is now a woman. They don't have to take that fight. It's up to the opponent to say, all right, I'll fight Fallon Fox. I mean, no one's holding a gun to anybody's head to fight Fallon Fox. So shut the fuck up. And besides, to me, a lot of these women that fight, These are the most badass and challenge-driven people on the planet, okay? If you're any MMA fighter worth anything, male or female, you would never back down from a challenge. And if you're a female MMA fighter and you have a chance to fight Fallon Fox, that's a big deal because of Fallon Fox's notoriety. So that person would love the opportunity to knock Fallon Fox's fucking block off. So shut up. You know, I don't, I think to me, Rogan making such a big fucking deal about this is a little weird. You know, what is he really concerned about here? Are you concerned about the other ladies getting hurt? Are you really worried that Fallon Fox has some kind of advantage? Is that really burning on your brain? Seems a little strange to me. Rogan also asserts that Fallon Fox is little more than a man without a dick and not truly a female. Oof. Citing Fox's looks to be clearly masculine. Oh, man, this sounds rough. He further stressed his point by comparing the Queen of Swords to other fighters such, I don't even know what any of this means, such as Carmouche, I don't know who that is, and UFC star Ronda Rousey. Quote, if you want to be a woman in the bedroom and you know you want to play house and all that other shit and you feel like your body is really a woman's body trapped inside a man's frame, and so you got an operation. That's all good in the hood. But you can't fight chicks. Why not? Who gives a shit? Get the fuck out of here, he says. You're out of your mind. You need to fight men, you know? Period. Bullshit. These people that she'd be fighting, they can make their own decisions. You don't need to look out for them. They can all beat your ass, too. How about they start by beating your ass, and then they'll beat her ass? How does that sound? And then he says, this is always what people say when they are trying to discriminate. They say this, I'm not trying to discriminate. He said that. I'm not trying to discriminate against women in any way, shape, or form, and I'm a big supporter of women's fighting. But those are actual women. God, he might get canceled for this. This is bullshit. Fucking shut up, man. Who gives a shit? As strong as Ronda Rousey looks, she still looks to me like a pretty girl. Oh, boy. She's a beautiful girl who happens to be strong. She's a girl. Fallon Fox is not a girl, okay? This is a transgender woman. It's a totally different specification. I don't think it is. And I'm really interested in your obsession with it. It seems unhealthy to me, Joe Rogan. You're just a little bit too aggressive on this. I think the aggressive nature of your opinion comes off as you're a bigoted cock, you know? And I don't know. I think we need a little less than that, less of that. If she wants to fight somebody, Fallon Fox, as a woman, and the other person says, yeah, fuck yeah, I'll fight her. I'd love to beat the ass of somebody. That's probably how they're going to take it. Any woman that agrees to fight Fallon Fox would be like, oh, yeah, you want to live like a lady? I'll show you. I'm going to beat you like a woman right now. And then have at it that way. All right. Nicholas says, would you be okay with a man, not a trans man, but a man beating up a woman? Would I be okay with that? No. Chris says, Eric, so woke, and then laughing. Oh, fuck, I just take it as it comes, man. Rick says, Eric, stop with this terrible opinion and fix that string on your hoodie. Oh, sorry. Is it not right, Rick? That's a good hoodie, by the way. Thank you for that. And this is a great opinion. It's not my fault if you stupid fucking cocks can't figure out what is right and what is up. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. You all are assholes. You don't agree with me. All right. Josh says, yeah, we know why the wrists are stronger, LOL. Andrea says, so if I take hormones to be a man, my bones would grow to be like men? Do I grow an Adam's apple too? Yeah, exactly. What? Come on. Yeah, Rick, I'm not wrong. I'm absolutely right. This is what you need to do, Rick. You need to go and get a shitty podcast and express your opinion on it, okay? That's what you need to do. But you know what you should also be doing, Rick? Instead of spending all this, you know where this is going. Instead of Rick from TC Paintball, instead of spending all this time making all these dumb comments on my live stream, wouldn't it be nice to call on your pain in the ass web guy, get him to produce a son of a bitchin' link so that we can have fun at the paintball event the way you came up with, jerk? My God. By the way, thanks for the sweater, the hoodie, or the hooded sweatshirt. I appreciate that. So that's my take on Rogan. He's full of shit. Let her fight where the hell she wants to fight. Again, no one's holding a gun to the opponent's head. Give me a break. Jesus. Besides, they're MMA knuckleheads. Who cares? It's not like these are brilliant scientists anyway. Let them be. Okay, that's the open of the Eric Zane Show podcast. You can check me out on Patreon. I have hours and hours of content each and every week. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. When you want to get in shape, man or woman, you do it at F45 in Byron Center, Michigan. F45training.com/Byron Center. That is a fantastic place to work out, and you get 1 week free. 1 week free at F45 in Byron Center, Michigan. All right. All the workouts are set up for you. You just walk in, put on your training shoes, get warmed up, and off you go, man. You are well on your way to being a lean, mean, ripped, in shape machine. And we're talking about go, not just show. You can sit there and sling all the weights you want, but if your heart and lungs suck, that means you're going to run out of gas really quick. You got to work the heart, lungs, and all those muscles. They do it all at F45 in Byron Center, Michigan. Need a mortgage? The Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage is who you need. Anywhere in the United States, reach out to Mario, 231-332-6505. For the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage, NMLS number 3035, whether your credit is great, you can get a mortgage for as low as like 2%, maybe even 1.99, depending on how great it is. That's going to be an easy process for you. But if you have maybe something in your past that's hurt your credit score, Mario is up to that task too. Okay? So reach out to Mario, 231-332-6505. If you're growing indoors during these cold winter months, you need to call upon Horizon Hydroponics, one of my great sponsors that has a terrific online platform. No matter where you are in the U.S., you can order your hydroponics products at HORIZEN, hydroponics.com, and use the coupon code ZaneShow at checkout to save 10%. Orders $250 and over. The shipping is free. You can also order it and pick it up there or curbside, whatever you want. 4 brick and mortar locations on Alpine and Grand Rapids, Byron Center's Growers Outlet, and on in Lansing and in Kalamazoo. There you go. Horizon Hydroponics. Okay, why am I late today? I'm going to get to that story coming up in just a bit. But first, I want to get into Deer Meathead, which is brought to you by JM Synthetics. Available at Ionia Outdoors, 1540 Jefferson Road, Suite B in the Megaplex of Ionia, Michigan. Or order online, jmsynthetics.com. Jason's number is on the website. You can call him and order it by phone. That helps him out too. So here we go. Another rib-roaring edition of Dear Meathead. Hope you send questions, or we're screwed.
Hey, my son, are you in good shape?
Yeah, Dad, we're doing great. How are you?
Good. What is the doctor's diagnosis or prognosis?
Well, you know, I told you I was going to the doctor, but that isn't entirely true.
You liar.
Yeah, I didn't want to spend too much time telling the story, but I was actually taking a friend of the family to a treatment facility because the person, you don't know who it is, has been dealing with the substance abuse issue. So, and this person needed a ride to the place to be admitted. So that's, and it came up at the last minute, and I was kind of like in the middle of something. So I just told you I was going to the doc, but I wasn't really.
I think you did a wise thing.
But
Really, I mean, there's nothing that you should be. Even now, you should be putting out in the air.
yeah,
you know?
oh yeah. Well, I was just keeping it a little low key. But I actually plan on telling the story to some degree with no names being used because it was quite an adventure. But that's basically what we were doing.
Is that a young person or an older person or?
It is a young person. It is a young person.
Oh my gosh!
So I think
I'm grateful. I'm grateful for what you did. So.
Oh, it was my pleasure. I think this is the start of something fantastic for this person.
Well,
yeah.
God bless you.
Hey, I just got done telling a story, and I want your opinion on it. So, have you ever seen these cage fighting or MMA? Are you familiar with that? It's like boxing, but they.
Yes, I am.
Okay, so
on TV.
Yeah, and that's immensely popular, and a lot of people do it. And I was just telling a story about a famous person was expressing his opinion about one fighter in particular. And the fighter was a man at one point in his life and then got a surgery and started taking hormones and became a woman. And and the person's name is Fallon Fox. It's a woman now.
And what is the name?
Fallon Fox is her
Fallon.
name. Yeah.
You don't know.
It used to be.
No. Her name now as a lady is Fallon Fox. And
I see. Okay.
Yeah. And so she used to be a man, now a woman, and is fighting women in the ring. So was a man, is now a woman, and is fighting in the ring. And this famous guy named Joe Rogan was saying he doesn't like that because he thinks that it's still a man because of the bone structure and the strength and stuff like that. And he thinks that should not be allowed.
No.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You agree with that?
I do too.
Yeah.
I think I'm in the minority here because I was expressing the opposite opinion. And everybody was busting me about it, saying I'm stupid and I'm wrong.
Oh, you're not stupid, but you have an opinion.
Yeah, I just thought to myself, if she wants to do that, I mean, and the other women have to decide whether they want to accept the fight or not, and they probably could use the publicity to fight a guy that used to be or a girl that used to be a guy.
They got upper body strength we don't have.
One way or the other, it's up to the individual that's involved. Now, people always have opinions of whatever is going on in the world.
Yes, that's true.
And they want to enforce their opinion.
Yeah.
In other words, they're sticking to their guns. And, well, I always say, if that's what you believe in, that's what you think of, let it be your thinking, you know. I don't get involved. I don't want to make a big political issue out of it. You know, Julian's laughing. I don't know why she's laughing. You know, but I allow people to be what they want to be.
So Joanne,
what the hell? Why this is one thing I think. Yeah, if it doesn't meet your forte, so it's wrong. If it does, it's okay. So I think people should be entitled to what they want to do. They want to destroy their bodies, let them destroy it. All you can do is say, listen, that's, in my opinion, that's wrong. You shouldn't be doing that. Don't go crusading that you should not be doing it.
all right.
You know, I mean, if it's let's say it's you decided to go to
right.
a situation of, let's say that you decided to fight.
Yeah.
Like you do. Well, first of all, I would really feel bad about the fact that you might get hurt out of this whole thing. So I would give you advice, but I cannot win that advice.
So,
in other words, I cannot sell you on the idea if you don't want to buy it.
Right. So if a guy becomes a lady and then the guy who becomes a lady wants to fight women in the ring, is that okay?
It's okay.
Okay.
No.
It's a sport. Joanne disagrees.
Okay, that's all right. That's fine.
You know, But I think if that's her choice.
Well, what if the guy who became a woman wants to fight a woman, and the woman that he or she, I guess she wants to fight, says, "Yeah, I want to do it. I want to beat up a woman that used to be a guy."
Yeah.
Is that okay, Joanne?
Well, the fairness of it is not. It's not an equal fairness. Because the guy that used to be a man is a woman still got the strength. And fighting another woman that was primarily a woman is not going to be as strong as the other guy. So it's not a fairness in there.
I think that's how it works. I don't know. I know that some of these people that do this, they take hormones to mimic a woman's system. And then that, I don't know, I don't know for sure, I guess, if that means that they stay as strong as ever, does that, because
I think they do.
Because if testosterone is no longer the factor that it was, that might have to do with the strength of the person. You know what I mean? If he gets his testicles snipped off, it might not, again, I'm really wading in deep waters here. I don't have the knowledge.
I'm not a physician. I don't know what's going on with that, but I would say the strength stays with you.
Okay. I wrote.
That's what makes it unfair.
I wrote down a Rubinism that says, if it doesn't meet your forte, it's wrong.
Right.
Okay.
There you go.
All right, Dad. Anyway, John
has a serious issue.
No, it is a serious issue. I'm glad you weighed in on it.
Yeah.
I got a question from John. He writes, "Hey, Ruben, quick question for you."
Go ahead, John.
He says, should I keep my savings account in my safe at home in a pile of cash, or should I put it in the bank?
Keeping it at home, what benefit does it have for you, by the way? The bank is a safe place. You're going to earn 2 or 3% interest, which is not a whole lot of money, but it's nevertheless earns some money. Put it in the bank. You have access to it anytime you want to. Of course, select a bank that is not going to go bankrupt tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't know if you can know that.
The money should belong in a bank because it's going to earn you a nickel and dime. That's more than you would have if you keep it at home.
Well, yeah.
And if it's at home, you have access to it to spend it.
You can spend it or people could take it, Dad. That's true.
Or that, I thought about that, what you're saying. I thought about having money and keeping it in my home, and then somehow it'll get loose. People will hear about it, and I'm accessible to all kinds of thievery and people shooting me and stealing my money. Money should not, keep nickels and dimes and $100 for your expenses and all that at home, or in your pocket. But money should belong in a bank.
All right, I'm writing this down. It says, somehow my money will get loose.
Yeah. Loose money gets spent.
You make it sound like it's a cat.
Well, it is. All you do is reach in the pocket, which is the cap, and take something out, and there it is. It's in your hand to spend it.
Teo in Rapid City, South Dakota writes.
What is the name?
Teo, T-E-O.
Okay.
I guess it's
Teo.
Teo or Teo. Teo/Teo writes, what is your favorite brand of power tool?
Oh, actually, I love all power tools. My table saw is one of my favorite. In fact, that's the table saw that took out 3 of my fingers.
Yeah, I was going to say that one shouldn't be your favorite. That one doesn't like you.
No, I love that saw. In fact, here it is. It was slated to be given away to somebody.
And it still is.
And then it's going to be repaired and keep it in my house. And my neighbor would come up there and use it to cut things for me.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I definitely have made up my mind on that.
Definitely.
So
You'll be out there using it with your.
No, I wouldn't. My
You know.
my wife has been making out there. I'll be
Oh,
out there using it.
hey, yeah,
No,
she's being
I
tough
will not
on you.
use it.
She's letting you have it. I can hear it.
Yeah, she's let me have it.
Okay.
Put it out for the joke.
Yeah, she's.
She's gonna put it out for junk.
Oh yeah.
That's a $450 saw.
I bought that.
She bought it for a gift.
It was $300.
300. It's a $500 item now.
Yeah, I don't know if it appreciates. I think it goes down in value, Dad.
I know it doesn't, but if you wanted to buy a new one, it costs you a minimum of $500.
Yeah, but that saw isn't worth $500.
If you're gonna go price a table saw.
Well, I know, but I mean that
With all the equipment that this table saw's got going with it.
You can't get that.
yeah, I don't know if it works that way. But anyway,
Well, I don't want to. I don't mean I can get that kind of money. No, but if you went to the store to buy a new one of that, it costs you about $500.
okay. Dad, Dean writes.
Listen, this is on wheels. It can move around. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's a hell of a saw. There's no question.
Yes. So why don't you buy it?
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Is there now? Do you have like a name? You know, like people like put names on their boat and names on their car. Did you put a name on the saw like Finger Eater?
That's a good idea, but no, I don't have any name for it. It's
Okay.
a table saw.
All right. Dean has a question, and he asks, "Hey, Meathead, this morning it was really cold. It was -13 where I live. Do you remember the time that you were the coldest or the coldest temperature that you'd ever been around?"
Yes, I remember a cold temperature that was at least 35 degrees below.
What? Where the hell were you?
Back in the country that I was born and raised.
Okay, so this is another cold Iranian winter.
Absolutely. It was terrible. In fact, our cold over there stayed almost the whole 3 months.
Wow. Now, Dad, you were born in what, 35?
34.
34.
34. So I picture you as a young child being in this home in the residence, and it's not like a residence like we would have now. What did you do for heat back then? What is the means
We
to?
had a kerosene stove. Now, as a young kid when I grew up, we had a huge, sort of like a box, about 12 inches off the carpeting. They would take a big pot, put charcoal in it outdoors, and light it up until it's red hot, very red.
Yeah.
And then they put that under this box. I call it a box.
Yeah.
That we all, and had a huge blanket they threw over that, and we all sat there around it with half of our bodies under that box. In the box where that box that the fire is.
Okay.
It was. We all sat around four sides to a box. Big. It's a wooden box.
Yeah.
And then
you were like the man in the box.
We're half the way under it with a big blanket on the outside. We cover up and we sit there, and we have cushions behind us.
Yeah.
We lean backward and we ate our dinner on that with like a table close to the ground.
Wow.
My mom would put the food on there, and we all eat off of that. And then after a while, that thing would cool down and become ashes, and they take it back out and light another bunch of fire in that thing.
So when you would get those coals, is that something that Mom and Dad would have to pay for, those coals?
Yeah, we buy the coals.
Okay.
Ready-made coals.
And then Dad would take it out, light it, get it hot, bring it in.
Put it in a box, keep it outside so all the carbon... I didn't know anything about carbon monoxide, but they knew that the gases have to be expelled outside. We kept that on a porch.
Yeah, you had enough sense to do that.
To the outdoors.
So that thing is venting the fumes out. The heat goes in.
The heat, when all the fire is red hot,
yeah,
that means it will not have fumes anymore. That's the way I understood.
Wow, you had to live like a caveman.
Well, hey, we had a nice living room, huge. Hey, our living room was the size of this whole house.
So, is this you remember that scene in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory when they're all sleeping in the same bed?
I remember some of it. Yeah,
Charlie Bucket is with Grandpa, and they're all laying. Did you guys all sleep in the same bed?
No, Mama had one huge steel bed. One half of that big room was hers. A huge curtain dividing it. Nobody could get there, only Mom.
Yeah.
She slept in that big steel bed, which in the summertime, 2 or 3 people will pick it up and take it outdoors because we spend the whole summer months outdoors, sleeping outdoors.
You did?
Yes. And we had cot beds. The cot beds was sitting on what we call now a balcony.
Right. Yeah.
But occasionally it would rain. We had to run like a bugger.
So,
but everybody would run in the room that we live, and we spend the night there till the rain had gone. And then we go out there, and everything would be drying up. And
so wait a minute. You and your brother and your sister. And then it starts raining, and you're like, quick, we got to get Mom's bed in the house. And
we don't get Mom's bed. We get the heck out of there. Let Mom get their own bed.
Oh, my God.
Mom would clear her own stuff and run by like a bugger.
Yeah, wake up to rainfall, and then you got to move the beds inside. My gosh.
It wasn't a rainfall when it started. As soon as we got a few drops, we knew it's going to rain.
Oh.
So we got up and run.
What a catastrophe, man!
That's all life.
That's a hard way to live. Jeez.
Yes, it was. Hey, you want to hear a good one? You know, people in here know that we had some kind of container that all of our waste goes in there.
Okay.
And every so often we have them come up here and pump it all out and take it out.
Yeah.
Septic field.
Okay.
Our septic field was right in our backyard.
Oh, okay.
I mean, exposed to the elements.
So it wasn't like drain tiles. You just like take
it was just dumped in there. And then we'd have a guy after several weeks would come up there and shovel all that in big containers and take it away for fertilizer.
What a horrible job that guy had. And you're just sitting there, and then it's in the yards.
Thank God. He got the hell out of there when he was there.
Yeah, that was that thing.
Hey, you kidding me?
Hey, thank God your dad never set up a swing set.
I'm in America, my friend.
Here you go. Let's go play kickball in the backyard. Oh, no.
That's what it was. We had 3 sections, huge sections. 2 of them were flower beds.
Right.
The 3rd one was for that crap. I mean, crap.
Yeah, I guess so. Wow, fantastic way to live. My God.
But we had a huge yard.
Man,
our yard was probably half the size of the one I got here.
Okay, a lot of land. Now, now was Grandma renting that place, or was that hers?
Oh, that was our property.
Well, whatever happened to it? Did she sell it, or did they?
Oh yeah, she got in Irani money several million something, 3 million, 2 million or 3 million Irani dollars.
$10 here.
Yeah,
no,
probably doesn't.
She did good.
What was the Iranian dollar known as?
Tuman.
Okay.
1 Tuman was like $1.
Gotcha. I wonder what the exchange is.
How the hell do I know?
Look, American to Iranian money. Let's see.
Hey, that's life. That was life. There's nothing wrong. Nobody complained.
I don't. They may have changed it, but the rial is the equivalent now. It's called the. There's also as you said, the tuman.
The rial is a coin.
Okay, the rial is a coin. How much is a Iranian tuman dollar? It says here, $1 US is equivalent to 42,000 rials.
Well, how the hell do I know what 42,000 rials do?
Let's see. 20. Yeah, I think they might be interchangeable, those two, but either way. Okay, I got another question for you, Dad.
All right, lay it on me. I like what's going on.
Yeah, it's great. This last one is this person is anonymous, and it's a lady, and she writes, "Dear Meathead, my husband and I have been married for almost 30 years, and the romance."
What in 30 years?
She says that she's been married for almost 30 years.
Oh, okay, all right.
And the romance has kind of fizzled out. How do I get him to stop playing video games all the time to pay a little attention to his wife? Signed, Anonymous. So basically, rather than, have a romantic time with the wife, he's busy playing video games. What do you think about that, Dad?
I think that sucks. No.
Right.
Hey, we just did that, my wife and I, 1 or 2 games, and that's been God knows how long since we ever done that.
You might, yeah.
And that's it, This is not a good thing. Video games. Are you kidding me? The wife needs a little bit of, let's take me out for lunch, dinner, like we do right now, get in our car.
Right.
I don't drive anymore, but
maybe go out
and drive us out to the country. We do stop and buy some groceries or something, and drive around, look around.
Right. Maybe maybe have a roast beef dinner, and then eat some pie afterwards.
It's just something else. Now you can't be hanging around the house. Now we do because we're really quarantined to do that, but we like to get out.
Yes, you got to spend a little time.
You got to get in your vehicle.
Yeah.
Drive around. What?
She ought to flash him when he's playing video games.
What?
She's being silly.
I didn't hear her. What'd she say?
I said she ought to flash him while he's
Flash.
Yeah, right. Hey, now we're talking. Maybe he's a little dense, and he needs a little bit more of an aggressive maneuver.
That ain't happening. Flashing is going to be. You got to create some kind of. Going out there and doing some walking. Walking. We actually walked 2 miles.
Yeah, Joanne is
not too long ago, and we're still going to be doing that.
I think. Yeah, so basically, Dad's saying take her out, and Joanne is very aggressive with the flashing him technique. So maybe
no, she's talking.
Maybe.
She said it used to work.
That means something. That means something.
It actually would. It would work for me.
Yeah, if you don't want to take a walk, Anonymous, just show.
No.
Show him your.
I like to be flashed.
Yeah, show him your boobies.
I would. It ain't that kind of flashing I like.
All right. Well, that's it. So, Lisa, I think that is a little. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Anonymous. I think that is a very real concern, and all kidding aside.
On behalf of Lisa, is that Lisa?
Something like that.
Okay. It's a sad thing that a couple would lose touch with the reality of the personality is still there. We still need some things that we did when we were younger, similar to that. Don't just hang around. I mean, right now we're hanging around the house because of our circumstances, but we like to get out.
Okay.
So
yeah, I know. I think it's important that the guy recognize that she wants some attention. Maybe Anonymous, you can approach him and just say, "Hey, I need some attention. All right, I married you because I like to be involved with. We go on adventures, we do things together, and that leads to shared experience. I think if he's sometimes you gotta bang it over their heads in order to make them see where you're coming from, and just
well put. Or how about just putting your arms around her when you're walking around the street?
Well, that's what he should do, and she's complaining that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Well, the guy's got Johnson, she needs to speak up, and I think so too, because men have tendency to lose sight of the relationship that they had years ago when they were younger.
Yeah, I know it. That's he's got to commit. He's got to get. And I think that you need to spell it out for him, anonymous. Tell him.
Think of like you're walking in the street and you're planning on going home and making love to your wife.
Yes, indeed. Absolutely.
It won't happen, but think of that.
Okay. Well, yeah, I think that's a good starting point.
Okay.
Hey, I think I'm done. I don't have anything else for you.
Well, you had plenty. That's good. And I love this audience here. I'll tell you what, they are resilient. They're wonderfully well-trained with the good questions. And that's a great thing to have.
They're the best. All right. Well, I appreciate you guys.
All right.
Love you.
Love you too.
Have a good day and wonderful life today. And continue on the wonderful life forever and ever.
Okay, Dad. I'll talk to you guys.
Say hello to you, honey.
Yep. I love you very much.
Bye.
Bye-bye. There you go. Another amazing edition of Dear Meathead. Holy cow. One of the best. You guys are great. Checking the email. I see the usual suspects are pissed off and sending me numerous links about Fallon Fox beating people up. Yeah, dummy. The people that she fought weren't forced into that. Okay, they knew what they're getting into to take the fight, so they want to take it. I guess that's their decision. Send them the link. Fallon Fox broke a woman's skull in less than 3 minutes. Okay, all right. Well, this is not an easy sport. That happens. Yeah, it wouldn't have happened if she wasn't. A girl couldn't break a skull. I don't know that. You don't know that. My God. The hell do you guys care so much for? Holy shit. I think, hell, if I was an MMA fighter, a female MMA fighter, I would sign up to fight Fallon Fox. That's the one you want to fight. You want to be the one to kick her ass. You idiots. My God. Oh, you know what? I knew that I would get emails from you two. It had to be you two. It's always you two. Ugh. Bunch of idiots. All right. Yeah, that's right. I'm calling you an idiot. What do you think about that? How could you ever be mad at somebody with a laugh like that? Come on, man. Come on. Holy crap. All right. Dear Meathead, brought to you by of course, our friends at JM Synthetics. Thank you so much for sponsoring the show. Would you do me a favor? Buy something from JM Synthetics. Amsoil products. The best synthetic lubricants in the world. They invented freaking synthetic motor oil. JMSynthetics.com. Look at the product line. Best way to do it, most helpful for Zaniac Jason, is to pick out what you want and then call them at the number that's right at jmsynthetics.com, 616-747-0233. Okay? And then order it that way. That helps him the most. Or you can order it from jmsynthetics.com, or you can pick it up in person at Ionia Outdoors. 1540 Jefferson Road, Suite B, Ionia, Michigan. And there you go. Okay. Okay, I want to get into this story about this little adventure that I'm on right now, the last 36 hours, that it has been just quite a ride. And this is, I'm telling you, this is another one of those moments, very similar to the one with the whole deal with Jeffrey. Hey, you got to help this guy. You got to do this right now. And then, I'm at that crossroads. Am I going to do something? Am I going to lift a finger, or am I going to ignore? Okay. All right. I told this story, a little bit of it the other day. I encountered a friend of the family. When I say friend of the family, it's a lady we know. Her son played hockey with my son, roughly the same age. Single mom. And run into her at the store. I ask her how her son is. She says, not good. He's in jail. He's mixed up with terrible things. He's a drug user. He's addicted to methamphetamine and smokes marijuana and addicted to alcohol. He's in jail right now. Tried to break in my home for money, for drugs. He's screwed. Wow. I go, well, he may need some help. And she goes, yeah, I know. I go, where does he have to turn to? And she goes, he doesn't have anything. No. Well, I can help. I can help you. Just say the word. She goes, okay, I'm saying the word. I go, okay. And then like right away, I'm like, fuck, what have you done? And that's part of the struggle that you deal with when you're faced with something like, hey, I can help this person. Do I choose to do it or not? Right away, I'm like, maybe not. Do I? So then I go home, I think about it. Days pass, think about it more. Pops into my brain a few more times. I should probably do something. So then it was Monday. I reached out. Diana reached out to this person. I go, I need this person's phone number, the mom. Talk to the mom. I go, what's your son's phone number? I get he's out of jail now. I get the phone number. Reach out to him. Hey, you may need some help very soon. I can help you. Not sure what I can do, but sometimes when everything's going haywire, just knowing that there's someone there can help you. Now, the extent of my help is not, here's a place to stay and here's a bunch of money. It's more subtle than that. The next thing that happened was truly fantastic because I didn't do anything. It is all on this young person who did this because I ended up getting on the phone with him on, when did I talk about this? Today's Wednesday. So I think I talked about this. I think I started talking about this Monday or maybe even yesterday. I don't know. But he said, I need help and I want to go into this drug treatment facility. And so long story short, we didn't know if he was going to be able to get into there. And then there was another place that I told you about that I called. They wouldn't let him in because they deal with people who have no insurance. And then I find out the good news is that he actually is insured, the kid, he's 25. So the place that is full, that cannot accommodate him, they said there's a several day waiting period. Well, then something happened because yesterday I'm driving around downtown doing stuff with the Griffins, and I get a heads up that, hey, he can get into the drug treatment facility tomorrow, Wednesday, today. But we gotta get a hold of him. Okay. Now, again, he was the one who said, I need help. I need to get some treatment to be able to get past the really, really firm grip of addiction. And then, the old, you get treatment, specialized help, physically and mentally. And then when you're free to leave, then you continue that process on your own through various means that are available in the community. That's what I'm assuming is going to happen if it goes well. Okay. So I get the message that, hey, he can get into this facility, but nobody can reach him. So I'm downtown and I'm talking to the mom. And because he cannot, because of the trouble that he got in, he cannot be in touch with the mom. He can, he can actually, I think he can text or speak to on the phone, but he can't be in the same room because she was involved. She was a victim in this. So, according to the judge. Now, one of the first things that this guy said to me was, he goes, I need help, and my number one concern is my relationship with my mother. And those are the two big things that stood out to me is, okay, this is a bona fide opportunity here, because, too often you hear about people blaming others. It's someone else's fault. They're just worried about themselves. He's not. He's worried about his relationship with his mother, and he knows he's powerless. I go, this guy is prime for a recovery. Okay, this is not the worst scenario. So, he ended up getting a place to stay with the dad, and all right, whatever. I need to get him to know. I'm texting him and call him, and it goes right to voicemail yesterday. So, and the mom can't reach him. So we're like, we need to make 100% sure that he's down with this, because the mom doesn't want to take the necessary steps to make this all happen. And then he's not even, we can't even reach him, or maybe he's on a bender. We don't know. I need to make contact. So I'm driving around downtown, and then she describes to me the intersection of where the dad lives. Now, she says the house is on the southwest corner of these two streets. I don't know the address. So I know where that is. It's in a shitty part of town. And so I go driving down the street. This is the type of neighborhood where you're driving down the street. The street's not even plowed. I got to put it in 4-wheel drive. I'm driving around. There's pit bulls with big tits running everywhere. The dogs look like they have like puppies every other day. Everywhere I turn, there's a pit bull. And then there's like people there's like a trash can with fire coming out, and people are like warming up. People are like looking around, and they see me. Like, oh, this motherfucker's here to get drugs. Shit. So I'm driving up, and I get to the corner, and the mom says that the house is on the southwest corner. Well, it's not. The house is on the northwest corner. So I pull up to this house in the southwest corner, and there's, again, 800 pit bulls, trash can fires, people looking at me on the porch. I'm like, this is not right. There's no way. I call the mom. I go, are you sure this? I'm like FaceTiming her. I'm showing her the house, and she goes, no, that's not it. That's not it. Are you sure you're in the right place? I go, yeah. I hold this phone up to the street sign. So look, right in the fucking corner. I have no idea. She goes, well, hang on. The dad works at the party store right around the corner, the liquor store. Just go in there, and he should be there. And I go, and then just tell him, and then he'll tell my son, and then we'll go from there. This is like a wild goose chase. So I'm like, son of a bitch. So pull up to the liquor store. I go walking in, and there's an Arab dude working behind the counter. And I go, there's no way this is the guy. I'm looking for a dude. His name, I don't want to say his name. I will just say Paul. It's not Paul, but I'll just say Paul. So there's one dude, some degenerate gambler, who's trying to buy every scratch-off ticket there is, and he's dropping like $100 on scratchers. Arab dude buys it. All right, here you go. And then it's my turn. He looks at me. He goes, can I help you? I go, I'm looking for Paul. Now, the guy works there, supposedly. While this is happening, people are walking in. I remember a guy walking in. He had a mask and an orange hat on. He's waiting in line, and he's got a loaf of bread. I go, I'm looking for Paul. And he goes, who wants to know? I go, I do. He goes, why do you want him? I go, well, I'm a friend of the mother of his son. The son has an issue and needs to be in a treatment facility, but there is a bed available. And I'm telling the story to this fucking guy, and he's looking at me like I'm nuts. And then I hear, I'm Paul. I go, what? And I look, and the guy in line with the loaf of bread, he goes, he's hearing the whole conversation. He lets me talk for a minute, and then he finally realizes that I'm not like serving him papers or anything, whatever. He goes, yeah, it's me. I go, oh, you're the guy. You're the dad. He goes, yeah. I go, oh, okay. So yeah, he works there, but he was there buying something. I just happened to cross paths with him. It's crazy. I go, oh, well, I'm Eric, and this is what's up. And so yeah, it's happening. And I'm just here to tell, I couldn't get a hold of him. Can you tell him? And he goes, yeah. What do you want me to do? I go, well, tomorrow he has to be at this facility at 9:30 a.m. I will pick him up at 9. The guy goes, all right, meet here, right where we're standing, right outside this party store. I'm going to pick the kid up. All right, sounds good. So then I also knew that the kid needed like as much clothes as he can for an extended stay at this facility. I go, Mom's going to pick up the clothes and wash them. She'll make arrangements with you. Okay, great. That's it. Done. Lickety split. Gone. Get out of the barrio. Drive home. Finally got in touch with dude, the 25-year-old. I go, so this is all what's happening. This is what you want. Yes. He goes, absolutely. I go, thank God you said that, man. Because the last thing you want to do is you want to hear in a setting where it's a volunteer, where you go in and volunteer yourself to be part of this program. The last thing you want is someone who does it kicking and screaming. So then I reached out and I go, well, okay, so I'm coming to get you. And then I reached out to Mom. I go, I need to pick up these clothes this morning. Pick him up, give him the clothes, drop him off. Awesome. Great. So there was a couple other details. He had to get a COVID test while he's sitting in the truck with me. 25 minutes later, test comes back negative. Off you go. So that is it. The job doesn't end there, though. There is still a lot of this is really, really important. This is full circle here, because when I was 25 years old, I wasn't in as bad of a spot as this young man, but I was the same age and a drunk. I still am a drunk. I just haven't drank in 30 years. Almost 30 years. It'll be 30 years in 2025, right? So it was 96, 06, 16, 26. So it's 25 years. June, it'll be 25 years since I've gotten drunk. Which, by the way, I still have dreams that I've been drunk. They're so vivid that in the back of my mind, I think, have I been drunk? They are so ridiculously vivid. My God. Now, I wasn't in jail. I didn't break into anybody's home, but I could have had I not had someone reach out to me. So here we are, this 25-year-old. We have a great opportunity to have this all come a complete, absolute circle. So that's where we are right now. And this is an absolute adventure. This is what I was born to do. Okay? This is what I was talking about when I said you must not let these little nuanced meetings that you have and chance encounters, you cannot chalk them up to chance encounters. They're legitimate. They happen because you have the ability to intercede to some degree. You have it within your power to do this. You just got to be ready for it to be able to say, you know what, I can actually, with even just a barely a bit of effort, change something in a fantastical way. And then, tell the tale. And then go about it and be part of what we're all here for. It's that whole thing about taking care of one another again. And it keeps manifesting in front of my eyes. So I'm just happy for him. And I just wanted to share that with you. There are some other subtleties that I won't tip off to you. But now that you know that he's in good hands, I just find it to be incredible that what was just a couple of days ago, dead in the water, we have now someone who has a puncher's chance at being able to turn this shit around. So I know you all love hearing about stuff like that. So I figured I'd just share that with you. That's why today was like today was. But so there you go. Josh, I'm not sure what you mean. He writes, I think that quote needs to go in your kidney book. I know we're talking something else here, but that's good. Which one was it? Josh says, good thing you were packing too. No, I forgot my pistol. I didn't have my gun on me. I was like, oh, fuck. I got out and I was like, man, I wish I had my gun. Shit. Which quote or which thing should I include? Because I think it all does tie in. Which, by the way, that is still happening. I just talked to my author, my ghostwriter, just the other day. I need an infusion of cash, so I'm waiting on taxes. I'll drop that on here. Either that or we'll get 100 people to sign up for Patreon. Send me that on an email, Josh, so I know what the hell you're talking about. Nick writes, you're essentially a sponsor now. Yeah, since you say that, I might as well tell this part of the story too. The pit bulls with the huge tits quote. So while I was talking with this young man, I go, so typically, and Stevie just has breaking news. She says, Rush Limbaugh just died. Some people are going to go, yay! You watch. It's going to get ugly after the passing of that guy. Incredible. Hey, he was in bad shape. Cancer. So I'm sitting there, and again, proof that this young man is serious about his overall health. I'm talking to him about my addiction and the story of me of when I would get shit-faced drunk at pickup Jim at noon, drink all day while I'm supposed to be taking care of him. Jim's 1.5 years old, and then while I sleep it off, I put him in his crib. Anything could have happened to him while I'm sleeping it off. The kid's unsupervised in a crib. Oh, my God, it's no way to raise a child. Diana comes home. Jim's got a soiled diaper. He's all upset, and he's crying, and Diana's furious with me. And she said, all right, this is not the life that I signed up for. So, and she gave me an ultimatum, and that was my rock bottom moment. Now, I did not break into anybody's house, didn't kill anybody, nothing like that. I've gone down this road and told you the story many, many times, but I did have enough sense to realize that she was serious. So that was that. And so long story short, I ended up plugging into the meetings and things like that. And that was it. Now, thank God my brother helped me, because my brother, he was also a recovering alcoholic, and he helped me out immensely. So did my partner at the time on the radio. His name is Joel Volk. He also is recovering. And so I had a lot of support. The point was, I was very early on in the program, and people reached to me who had already worked the program, and that's part of it. That's what you do. You reach back and you help out, and you don't let people. And I would not be working the program if I didn't do what was afforded to me 25 years ago. So that's why this is. So I told him all of those things, and then he said, will you be my sponsor? Of course I'll be your sponsor. I said, thank you for asking that. I did not suggest it. It did not come up. The word sponsor did not pass anybody's lips except his. This is pure. This is the way it has to be. That I said, I'm very, very happy that you asked me that. That tells me you are focused on your health, and you know that I would be a good person for that. And I would, because I'm not a family member of yours, and I am going to hold you accountable, and I'm going to hold your hand so that you are taking the first steps of this. And 30 meetings, 30 days, that whole type of thing. And I want to say too much more about the program, but yes, I will do that. We will do that together. And you better be rest assured that we're going to go at it gangbusters. So, that's exactly. So Nick, you say that you're essentially a sponsor now. You're absolutely right. And that is what we are. And that is what is going to happen. All right. So I think that this is a great, great day because of all of these things. Despite all of you dum-dums being way wrong on Fallon Fox, who wouldn't want to see some lady beat her head in? I see I keep screwing it up. Okay? Come on. I mean, seriously, guys, why am I alone on this? Am I the only person on this entire show, between me and all of the people watching on the live stream and listening to the audio podcast later, who feels that Fallon Fox should be fighting women? Am I the only one that feels that way? Am I alone here? Come on. Jeez, these are big girls. They can make their own decisions. Why are you making the decision for them, you assholes? Holy shit. What's wrong with you? My God. All right. One of the rockheads is Rick from TC Paintball. We're playing paintball on February 28th. That's a Sunday, 5 p.m. If you could, I need an RSVP. If you want to play paintball, send me an email, eric@ericzaneshow.com. Okay? I want all the usual suspects there, and I want new people playing paintball. I would love to see you face-to-face. Get the kids for this Sunday evening adventure. Sunday, February 28th, 5 p.m. We're going to start with a pizza party from BC Pizza in Grand Rapids. All you can eat, all the soft drinks you can drink. That's all, free. $35 whether you use the equipment or not. Normally, it's $48 if you were going to do this on your own with a group per person. It's $35, special Zaniac rate. 500 paint shots, gun, mask. You can buy add-ons like armor and more paint if you like, whatever you want to do. That also covers your field time, free air, all your air refills for your gun. That's all included in it. And then we are going to have a round-robin tournament of fun. Included in this is the Battle Royale, where every single member of the Zaniac group takes on one guy, Rick. Okay? He won the last time, the bastard. He's better on the indoor than he is in the outdoor when it comes to the Battle Royales. But I'm really, really stoked about this event. So I would really like to not be sweating how many people are going to be there. So if you haven't already done this, send me an email, eric@ericzaneshow.com, that you are coming and how many will be in your party. Mike Ball, I'm looking at you. I need to hear from you and all those amazing kids of yours. You got two. Bring them. Bring Mrs. Ball, the lovely and talented Nicole, and yourself, and off you go. I want as many people as possible. I want to try to hit 30 for this one with Paintball War number 12, the Midwinter Massacre. I'm on with the Kent County Health Department. They're awesome. AccessKent.com/health is their website for everything COVID related. With the vaccine being distributed, it is kind of like that time where we're like, do we have vaccine? Do we not have vaccine? Do I have an appointment? Do I not? It's all at AccessKent.com/health. Get all the information if you are within the confines of Kent County. Find out everything you need to find out with the Kent County Health Department. And then, of course, there's Hey Guys Media Group. If you want to start your own podcast and you don't know where to begin, and you want to avoid all the things that, if you're starting it on your own, will cause you to spin your wheels and be wasting your time, you need to check out Hey Guys Media Group. Okay? They teach you everything you need to know and will help you make your first handful of podcasts available, edited, put on the platform, whatever you need. And that's what you sign up for. If you need help starting a podcast, go to heyguysmediagroup.com and then click where it says Start Now. And then they'll walk you through everything. They have everything you need. They've got a number of podcasts that have worked with them. I see the one that I haven't seen before called The Ka-Ronicle. K-A-Ronicle. Some black guy. What do they talk about on that show? It says listen and subscribe to The Ka-Ronicle. On The Ka-Ronicle, do you have random thoughts going through your head all the time? Yes. Well, this is the podcast for you. This podcast will give you an inside look to the craziness that goes on in my head. Well, what's your name? I just know the name of the show. It says The Ka-Ronicle. And a dude who looks like older Urkel. All right, man, I need some info. I got to check that one out. I love checking out new podcasts. All right. HeyGuysMediaGroup.com. Save you 50% when you mention the Eric Zane Show podcast. 50% off their already low fees to get started on a podcast. All right. Don't look at the comments. Don't look at the comments. John says, I like that hockey sweater. That's really sharp. Yeah, it's got a vibe to it, John, with the laces here. It's actually a fine-looking hoodie. This is like the nicest thing I own. I don't have a lot of nice clothes, but Rick from TC Paintball gave me this, so thank you. Let's see. Jason says, how many you got for paintball? I think we're about 10 to 15 right now, but there's a few people I have to check in with. Sarah Rookruck says, who is Fallon Fox? You may have missed it. Fallon Fox, it used to be a man and got gender reassignment surgery and takes hormones and is now a woman and fights against women in the MMA. And Joe Rogan went crazy and said she shouldn't be allowed to do that. And I'm like, well, fuck it. Who cares? Yeah, let her. And then all these morons disagreed with me. Can you believe that? All right. Oh, man, I can't believe it's 12:30 and I'm doing the free podcast. Yeah, what time of day it is? Okay, last night, man, I gotta make a video of this because I have bragged too often about the things I can do in the kitchen. I mean, outside of being the world's greatest monologue-style podcaster, I think I may rival that ability with my ability to cook the greatest things ever in the kitchen. Here's what I came up with. The world's greatest mashed potatoes. Diana had been bitching and moaning. She says, hey, why don't you go buy those Bob Evans potatoes you get in the refrigerated section? I go, well, no, I don't want to. First of all, that's stupid. You pay way too much for like 3 servings, and they're all right. No big deal. Why don't we just make the potatoes for cents on the dollar? Nah, it's inconvenient. I go, but this is going to be better. She now agrees this is better, and I made a ton of them, and we froze them. So if we need them the next time, we just have them ready to go. This is incredible. First of all, 2.5 pounds of russet potatoes, the starchy ones. 2.5 pounds of the Yukon Gold potatoes, waxy, buttery. Cut them 1 inch by 1 inch. Throw them in the water. 1 tablespoon of, not kosher salt, but sea salt. And you have to use like a grater. It has to be fine. 1 tablespoon in the water and 3 or 4 cloves of minced garlic. Not the shit in the jar, okay? Get the cloves, smash them, peel off the hard shit, mince the garlic, put it in the water. Boil as soon as it starts to roll on the boil, no lid, 12 minutes, or as long as it takes for those potatoes to have very little resistance when you poke it with a fork or a knife. That's perfect. Just a tiny bit of texture to it when you're going to bite into these potatoes. Okay. Drain. Put them back in the pot. Put the fire on low. This is key. You got to pot dry the potatoes. They can't be wet. You put them back in the pot, put a lid on it, put the frickin' oven mitts on so you can hold the lid, and then shake. Put it back on the fire. Shake it again. Do this for 1 to 2 minutes. You lift the lid. They're starting to fall apart now. They're dry. Hopefully you have a stand mixer. If you don't, you can put it into the biggest bowl you got and use the hand electric thing, or if you're a real poverty asshole, one of those masher things which sucks shit. God help you. If you don't even try this if you don't have a way to mix these up. I prefer the stand mixer. We're lucky to have one. Got one for Diana some time ago. Put all this shit in the stand mixer, and then you put the you don't put the thingy down. Meanwhile, you have 6 tablespoons of actual butter in a big mixing bowl with whole milk. You put it in the microwave until it melts. Do not boil the milk. It turns to shit if you boil the milk. Melt it. Turn on the mixer. It's going to want to overflow. So you might have to be careful when it's till it starts to break it down. You add a little bit of the mixture to it. Oh, by the way, in that milk and butter is also 2 teaspoons of fine sea salt. Put it in a little bit into as it's blending it up. A little more. Okay, blendy. Awesome. Okay, you got all your salt in there. You got all your butter in there. The milk for the creaminess. And then you know what you add? Okay, when you buy a block of Philadelphia cream cheese, that's an 8-ounce block. You've cut this in half ahead of time and made it into 1 inch by 1 inch pieces, and you've left it out so that it's room temperature because you're going to need this to blend. If it's cold, it won't do it, okay? Or it'll be harder to do it. Last thing you want to be doing is taking a bite of potatoes and you got a wad of cream cheese. No. So it has to be room temperature, and then you just drop those in one at a time, blends it right up, let that thing go for a minute or two. Voila! Skins and all. I prefer the skins. You don't have to do the skins, but I left the skins on. Okay, that's if you like it that way. That's fine. I prefer dirty mashed potatoes. Some of you do not. All right, that's a winner. I will post this so you can have the recipe. All right, it's an absolute winner because then while I'm getting ready, Queen of the Forest, she goes, "Hey, so did you get gravy?" I go, "You didn't tell me to get gravy. If you'd have told me to get gravy, I would have gotten the gravy." "Oh, okay." I go, "We're going to need gravy." "No." I go, "Yeah, we're going to need." She goes, "But I'm in my pajamas." I go, "Well, I'm making the potatoes. So you've got 40 minutes by the time this gets done doing what it needs to do. So we're going to need the gravy." So I know it's jammy time, but nobody gives a shit anyway because it's 99 degrees below zero around here. So put on a coat and run up to Family Fare and get some gravy, please. Otherwise, we're fucked. She goes, gets the gravy, thank God. Oh, my God. She took one bite of these, and she wanted to have sex. She was like, "You're the greatest husband in the world. How do you do this?" I go, "I'm friggin' brilliant. I got the whole world figured out, man. This is the key to happiness. A guy that can cook for his wife is a real winner. It's the best. That's why I'm the best. That's why I'm better than everybody in the world," as Kenny Powers once said. Oh, these potatoes. So then, we got so many potatoes into these containers now. Throw them in the freezer. Boom. Oh, my God. Fantastic. It's the garlic. The garlic is what it's just a hint of this garlic flavor. Oh, my God. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot tell you how fantastic these freaking mashed potatoes were. Huge hit. All right. From that boredom, we go to the next stage of boredom. Josh says those are known as sextatoes. Stevie says gravy while on a diet. Well, look, yesterday, let me just tell you. You actually bring up a good point. Yesterday, I did not have the bagels. Okay. And first of all, mind your business because I'm going to crush this fucking diet, Pat. And I'm going to win my money back. And even though I've already spotted you dumb dicks a whole week. All right. Dirk adds, "If you're a poverty asshole, poor people are assholes." Shut up. Quit nitpicking my jokes, you fucking caveman. Jesus. I shouldn't be saying Jesus on Ash Wednesday. Damn it. Yeah. So anyway, Stevie, I went ahead this yesterday morning. I skipped the bagels. I had a protein shake. Yeah, that's right. And I had a what did I have? A protein bar. Okay, protein shake, protein bar. I had some water. I had 2 pieces of chicken, some gravy, and some corn. So no big deal. That's better than what I was doing. It's better than the friggin' bagels, and I felt better about it. Today, well, this is the start of Lent. This all spells doom for you diet betters because now this is Lent, okay? So today, fasting, no eating between meals, and no meat. And same thing for Fridays, man. No meat. And I haven't quite circled around what I'm giving up for Lent. But I think I should just say right here, no sugar. There you go. That's a perfect thing to give up for Lent. No sugar. So yeah, every day except Sunday, no sugar. Because some of you might be like, well, that's bullshit on Sunday. Well, look, I didn't make the rules for Lent. All I know is it's 40 days. And Sundays are the day that you get the respite. And that is a fact. You don't believe me? You can look that shit up on Lent. Okay? So, all right. Good deeds. Check. No sugar. Check. When I say sugar, I mean like, freaking Captain Crunch and Cinnamon Toast Crunch and M&Ms. That's what I mean. So there you go. And all right. Teo/Teo. Is it Teo or Teo? Can you tell me? Is it Teeoh? Teo or Teo? Teo. He says, Zane, you getting ashes today? Well, of course I'm getting ashes today. This Mass at 7 o'clock. Mass is at 7. Holy Day of Obligation. Ash Wednesday. Lent starts today. All right. Stevie says you can do it, Eric. Thank you, Stevie. She says she's trying to help me. I know. I'm real agitated today. Teo, it is Teo. I'm really agitated today because of these jackasses, Nick and Dirk. Okay, they're idiots, and they're absolute fight pickers, and they're trying to say that Fallon Fox should not fight women. And they're being very hurtful, and I'm very butthurt by that. So, sometimes that really hurts Eric. Eric gets injured by that, Kenny agrees, too. He agrees that Fallon Fox should not be fighting chicks. Does anybody even agree with me? Does anyone think this? Am I absolutely alone? Is this like the worst thing I've ever said? I mean, I've said some stupid shit in the past. Is this the absolute dumbest thing you people have ever heard? I've gotten zero support on this. None. Dirk says it's okay to be wrong, Eric. You're the only one that thinks it's okay. Yeah. Fine. All right. Thank you, by the way, Dirk, for sending in that article about, I don't know who this guy is. He calls himself an astrophotographer. Have you seen this? My gosh. Andrew McCarthy is his name. He was in his backyard, and he took 24,000 photographs of the moon. He was using his telescope and probably some pretty great equipment to pull it off. And then he went ahead and with this type of equipment that he has, he's able to rattle off quite literally thousands of pictures. In fact, he says, I use a special camera designed for a very high frame rate, so I take hundreds of thousands of shots in minutes. Processing is a bit longer because it's so much data. I use software that uploads the raw frames and then into that aligns and stacks it, spitting out stacked files that I stitch together in Photoshop. So the images he came up with are quite literally thousands of pictures in different levels of detail of the moon. You won't believe the detail here. I mean, you can see like every bump and rock on the moon. It's that good. He then says, I also run various sharpening programs on the data, And since these stacked images are so high quality, I can get crisp details from sharpening without producing noise and artifacts. Like when you go on your iPhone and write sharpen and it looks all weird, like somebody drew it, just kind of looks a little jaggedy and stupid. You don't have that problem. This just looks clear. Processing started late in the evening and ran all the way until I shared the images around 3 p.m. the following day. So he was had the eye of the tiger when he was doing this. And I bet you didn't know this, but based on what I see here, the spot, you can see half of the moon and then the other half is shadowed, but you can still see it. But on the spot that's lit up, it's blue. The moon is blue. It looks like there's actually water on the moon. It looks like nothing you've ever seen before. And it is truly spectacular. We've got these insane close-ups. You won't believe this when I link it up, because what you're seeing there is reminiscent to a time when the solar system was like a freaking pinball gallery. And then this celestial body, the moon, was just getting bombarded with whatever was flying around, crashing into it. It looks like fucking, like that kid in school who had acne, and then it looked like his face caught on fire and somebody put it out with like a golf shoe. That's what this looks like. That's what the moon looks like in this picture. It looks like that guy's face. Bummer if you're that guy listening right now. My apologies. The moon's blue. Shit, is this awesome. I'll link it up. You can check it out for yourself. You can see this thing. So cool. Hey, you too can have your business on my show where I have all these crazy knucklehead opinions about MMA fighters. If you want more information about how I can help your business, send me an email, eric@ericzaneshow.com, and what I'll do is I will give you specific numerical evidence of the reach of me between what I do on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and with the download number on my audio podcasts. I can quite literally put you and your business in front of thousands of people every single week. And it's a lot less than anything else you would spend money on, especially that ancient thing called radio that no one listens to anymore. Send me an email, eric@ericzaneshow.com, and I will tell you all about it. Just like these great sponsors, Tag Accounting. It's tax season. And you're like, oh, God, one more day. Zane's reminding me. Well, this is what you do. You call this number, 616-301-9516. That's Tag Accounting's phone number. So Eric Zane told me to call. Please do my taxes. Where are you calling from, sir? South Dakota. Sounds good. Okay, we're going to need this from you, and this from you. Sounds good. Upload it at our website, tagcpa.net. And then we're going to do your taxes on March 12th at 2 p.m. Be near your phone. Okay. I didn't get a phone call. That's good because everything was perfect. What do I do now? Well, we have your bank information. Your refund will show up in your bank account and we'll mail you your return. That's it. That's it. Wow. Tag Accounting, 616-301-9516. Or drop an email to the man, Troy. Send it along, Troy@tagcpa.net. Thank you, Tag Accounting. I've got numerous members of the Zaniac Show family who can vouch for Troy. He's awesome. As is the same for my friends at Irvine's Auto Repair Grand Rapids Hybrid. If you are in and around West Michigan, this is where you need to get your car fixed. Thank you to them for being part of this show for so long. And they got it down, man. Let's say you want to drop it off. They've got the drop-off thing where you just drop your car off. You fill out the little thing. Yeah, this is my Chevy, whatever. It's making a funny noise. Here's the key. Boom. Later on the next day, they figure out, hey, we got this problem, and this problem. And these also need to be worked on. Do you want us to do these? Green check, green check, green check. This one later. No, red check, red check. Okay. approve the work. Work gets done, pay over the phone, drive up, get your car, you leave. Awesome. Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid. 616-532-6600. Domestics, Asians, European, no Volkswagens, and everything. Oil change, wheel alignment, tire rotation, something more involved, whatever it is. If it involves a car, they can fix it at Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid. And, of course, they are the authority on all hybrids. The dealerships take the cars to them when it's stuff that they don't know how to do. They're the pros. Thank you. And then finally, BK Guns and Stuff. No matter where you are in the U.S., if you have a firearm and you need it serviced, customized, refurbished, cleaned, whatever it is, the gunsmith on the show, BK Guns and Stuff. Kyle and Benjamin are the husband and wife team. I know that sounds weird because you're thinking that's two dudes' names. No, the wife is Kyle, and her name is like dudeish, but she's not a dude, okay? But she is a gunsmith. So Benjamin and Kyle, they're this love-making tag team of gunsmith goodness. All they do is make love and fix weaponry. Call them at 616-902-2447 or check them out. If you go to my website, ericzaneshow.com, and then click on the BK Guns and Stuff logo, take you right to their page. And you're all set. How about that? Making love.
He said he'd give me $100 if I took off all my clothes off.
Are we going to be buying another third beer?
One day closer to Kevin Kuipermania on Patreon. It's coming. It's coming. If you're not on Patreon, you won't be able to hear a Patreon dedicated to Kevin's drunkenness. And that's how it goes now. The Zaniacs get together on the Zooms. These animals drink. One of them drinks usually till they're completely sauced. Kevin's been the guy on the last two. Every word is recorded. This last one went 6.5 hours. That audio is culled down to about 90 minutes. Is that you, Bruce? Scared the shit out of me. That audio is culled down to 90 minutes. And I get my hands on it. And we have great moments. Like what we had the last time. We featured the Zaniac Zoom.
Fuck off, I'm hammered. I should be on the Zoom. I need to go to bed. Oh. Are we going to be buying another third beer?
All right, this was going around yesterday. It was the audio of, this is the audio, and I'll link it up for you to see it. I was impressed. Adam Sandler set up his cell phone in the tee box, and he said, you know what? Let's do this for old time's sake. This is how it sounded.
Okay, it's been 25 years since I've done this. Let's see what happens.
He's referring to the tee shot where he runs up to the ball from Happy Gilmore.
I'm scared. Shooter McGavin, this is for you. And I'm not lying to you, that is smashed. Smashed. And that went pretty well. You dead, shooter.
Okay, now, before I play Christopher McDonald's response, who played Shooter McGavin, there is one time that I did that exact thing, ran up to it and hit it. And it was the AT golf outing. Greg and Chris were with me, and Joe. And it was when we liked each other. And I did that. Now, I am not a golfer, and I suck. But I ran up and swung it as hard as I could. And just by sheer luck, I hit the shit out of it. And it took off like you wouldn't believe. And they were just floored by it. It must have gone 300 yards. It was awesome. Never was able to replicate it quite like that. It always hurt. But the one time I was successful, Christopher McDonald played. He got into character as Shooter to do this.
Nice drive, Gilmore. 25 years, huh? Let's see if it's Shooter's tour. Check it out.
Okay, he's gonna putt in the house into a jar.
It's all about the short game. Drive for show, putt for the dough. Money. Shooter. Still got it. Well, thank you to all the fans, and thank you to you, Adam Sandler. And why don't you just meet me at the 9th green at 9, Gilmore? Little secret of the pros. Okay? Oh, and Gilmore, wear something nice. 25th anniversary, baby. Shooter out.
Shooter out. I love that character. Very fun. 25 years old boy. We're getting old. Christopher McDonald looks like shit. Adam Sandler looks the same. Oh, man. All right. Well, that's it, man. We got a lot of work done today. And Patreon bonus still as I try to catch up. And then, no, there will be no Instagram Instant Trivia tonight because Mass starts at 7. Okay? Send me an email, eric@ericzaneshow.com. I want to see if at least one person can agree with me about Fallon Fox. Assholes. All right. Have a good one. We'll talk to you down the road. Be good to yourselves. Take care of one another. Bye-bye.